Peace be with you and welcome to Spiritual Chords. If you're new here, welcome. If you are returning back, peace be with you. Namaste. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom, paz, and blessings. Come on in. Hopefully, you're in a good high vibration. Hopefully, you are intuitively listening to your nudges by way of what discernment is telling you to do so that you make decisions for yourself. My best recommendation, take these energies as we channel them together as they resonate and leave the rest for somebody else to take. Clear, concise messages. That's what I just heard. The universe is making no mistakes. The universe is making no mistakes. Clear, concise messages. Yeah. Something about truth and clarity. Something is abundantly clear. It's blatantly clear. It's the type of clarity that I feel like we have overall collective energy that cannot be ignored and or called to be something else. It is truth and clarity at its best. So let's just see what's going on. Archangel Michael, beautiful Archangel Raphael, Archangel Ariel, Archangel Metatron, thank you for being in the building. Shout out to all the prophets and the apostles that have paved the way, created a beautiful body of work for us to pick up this spiritual baton and travel and go on this beautiful marathon. Spiritual work, that's what I just heard. Yeah, you came into the world to get something done. So here we are. There you are, here I am, and here we are together. I am here, you are there. Holy Spirit, what is going on? Strangers coming against you. Ew, that's always so weird because it's always going to give, wait, what's your name? Type ass energy. This is somebody you don't know. It's in the reverse. So something has backfired. This could be a stalker. This could be a neighbor you don't know. This is somebody that you don't know. I just heard you know them indirectly. You know them indirectly. How is that possible? So this could be somebody that you know what I'm saying, but you don't really know them like that. Strangers coming up against you. Look at the way somebody's flipping somebody, the bird. They're angry. They're unhinged. Okay, so this is somebody that you don't know. Okay, well, I mean, that's always odd behavior to me. What is your problem, stranger? Danger. Okay, strangers coming up against you. Clarify, Holy Spirit, expose it. Truth and clarity. Show us why these people are here in spiritual court. What did they do? Yeah, they didn't know who you were. They don't know who you are. That's why strangers coming up against you was in the reverse. This is energy that you could absolutely do without. Ancestral spirituality. You're somebody that's focused. I'm getting like shaman energy. I feel like more than anything, these people are embarrassed because they lack spiritual hygiene. They're like attacking shamans. Like, that's like wearing a scarlet letter. Like, everybody's going to know that you have this spiritual blemish. You're one of the ones that attack a chosen one. Like, bitch, that's not cute. Somebody that's come to heal, somebody that comes to show love, somebody that comes to share their gift. You attack the oracle. This says psychic reader certified. So you're somebody that has certified psychic abilities, and somebody thought that they were going to attack you. Okay. So this is another prime example of why you have to be mindful of the people that you try to come up against. Somebody could look like a regular schmegular and got a whole bunch of spiritual protection. So I feel like somebody found out the hard way. Intuitively, I'm getting a nudge, a push in my back, if you will, by way of the spirit realm. And they're telling me that it's quite possible somebody didn't have spiritual eyes to see you. They didn't know who you were. They didn't know what they were coming up against. Now they're paranoid. What did they do? They're watching. It's a stranger. Stranger danger. Cautious. They're insecure. They're very guarded. Slightly paranoid. Can you be slightly paranoid? You're either paranoid or you're not, right? This is interesting. You intimidate somebody energetically. They don't know you. They don't know why they don't know you. They don't know why they don't like you. They don't know why they don't know you. That could be it. Somebody could be an obsessed admirer that's turned into a stalker. Yeah, they're wearing a mask. So you know this person indirectly. You've had some type of an encounter with this person. If you are a psychic reader, you're coming up as somebody certified. You're coming up as somebody that's the real deal. You're not out here faking. out here just saying that you're being about the Most High's work. This is what I get from Psychic Reader Certified in Ancestral Spirituality. So you got masked. Somebody was wearing a mask, hiding, concealing, ulterior motive, very deceptive energy. Somebody had a motive. Now they're running. What's with these strangers? Clarify stranger danger. Trying to come up against you. Yeah, continuous bad habits. So this is like random stranger karmics. Very odd behavior. Why are they near your timeline? What is it that they want? Continuous bad cycles, bad decisions, and addictions. Somebody has a very addictive behavior. Okay. This could also be somebody that you've known before. Now you're just somebody that I used to know as energy, left them out in the cold. And it could be the people that are around them. Somebody could be a pillow talker type energy. It's that type of energy. It's like indirectly. Because I keep hearing them indirectly. Like they know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows you type as energy. And they don't like you because that person doesn't like you, but they don't know you. They are a stranger, but they're watching. Very odd. I wonder how the introductions are when these like weird ass diabolical ass people introduce themselves like, hey, I'm diabolical. Oh, you are too. I love drama. Oh my God, you do too. Like, it's like bullshit energy. Like, how do you find these people to congregate with, to fraternize with, to agree with your bullshit? Like, what? You're weird. Clarify these strangers coming up against you. Continuous bad cycles. Yeah, look, this is like 6 degrees of separation. Somebody's friend knows somebody's friend that knows you. And so they don't like you. So they don't like you. You like, who are y'all? What are y'all? What is this? Now, Psychic Reader Certified, 3 of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Okay. Yeah, these are weird ass, brokenhearted people. Fraternizing with the scornful. Just a group of scornful ass people. Clarify Psychic Reader Certified in Ancestral Spirituality. They did not want to come up against you. I don't know what this is, but you pulled their card. Their Akashic records are under some type of judgment. 6 of Cups in the reverse. These are people that you left behind that knows somebody that knows somebody. And somebody's just still out here lying on your name. So somebody could be talking about how they knew you, you know. Yeah, you didn't have to shut me out as energy. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. Ace of Swords in the reverse. Somebody's a liar. They talk too much. They're talking to other people. Low vibrational people. Same old story. Yada, yada, motherfucking yada. And sis boom ba. This person ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? Nothing. Huh? 5 of Cups. Sad, depressed, mad. Clarify Psychic Certified Reader. You're coming up as somebody certified. Something that you do for work. You absolutely could be a psychic reader. I could be channeling a channel, like somebody who channels energy. Medium. You're a medium. You talk to spirit. Okay. You're a healer. You're an oracle. You're the Hierophant. 8 of Pentacles. There's something that you do for work. And you're very confident at it. You do this very, very well. You're coming up in the Queen of Wands energy, determination, focus. Your heart posture is beautiful. You're in alignment with your passion. So they're just talking. They're not talking about nothing. Who are these people? Clarify strangers. They're wearing masks. They're coming in as breadcrumbers. Page of Pentacles, doing the bare minimum. Energetically, spiritually, they're not up to par. So they're easy to spot. They're easy to kind of snuff out. When you're energetically high frequency and you're psychic and intuitive, your spidey senses will go off when you're around people who are not good people. Ace of Swords in the reverse, 3 of Swords, Page of Pentacles, breadcrumb. This is like hate people, hurt people, hurt people, sad people, want to make other people sad, and so on and etc. This is a snowballing ass energy. Who are these people? Clarify Psychic Reader Certified. Ancestral spirituality. Somebody doesn't know who you are. I'm talking to somebody that's cleared out their karma, y'all. Beautiful. You got good karma. You got good karma. What is good karma? Good character, decent, in order. Yeah. You've been delivered. You don't have to be concerned about spirits of jealousy and strife. And because when you're walking in an attitude of gratitude, it's very easy to be confident in what it is that you do because you know that you're on the right end of the sword by way of the Ace of Swords. You're on the right end of justice. The scales have to be balanced. You got good karma. Psychic reader certified, ancestral spirituality. Yeah, look. And you got the sun. Something about your light, something about you being vibrant, something about your passion. Leo energy, heart chakra energy. The color green could be real significant. You're being celebrated and you're celebrating. So you're amongst really good people. These are like loyal people, beautiful people, great connections. What seems to be the issue? Clarify these strangers. I mean, coming up against you or trying to. So they want you stuck. These are angry people. These are angry birds. This could also be some type of sacrifice. Clarify, Holy Spirit, with the hangman and the five of cups. Yes, the king of pentacles in a reverse that's out here butthurt. Could be a feminine, could be a masculine. Somebody wants you to sacrifice something. Clarify possibly your stability. Now, why would you do that? Why would you willingly sacrifice your stability when you're in your winning energy? Big fire energy, big Leo energy. This is overall collective energy, so anybody could be in this fiery energy. Water sign, you could be in this Leo energy. Earth sign, you could be in this Leo energy. Okay? Fire sign, you could definitely be in the fiery energy. Air sign and etc. Listen, you got the Six of Wands. You're victorious. You do something really, really well. You're confident. You look good doing it. You're balanced. You're in the sun's energy. You're being celebrated. Like somebody really has a passion for what it is that they do. It's a really beautiful look. Who are these people? Clarify this King of Pentacles in the reverse. What is the deal, sir? Yeah, you're coming up as a certified psychic. Queen of Cups, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer and energy. Queen of Wands, Leo energy, Sagittarius and Aries. You're confident. You're all the queens. You're balanced, you're caring, you're loving, you're certified, and people love you. And somebody wants to paint a weird narrative about you. You got good people that genuinely love you, like genuinely, and you got some people out here wearing a mask, creating these illusions because they're under an illusion. Suffering from spirits of depression, they need to be delivered. These are fallen angel ass energies. The same old regular schmegular is going on down in Karmicville. It is not creative. It's not a creative energy. It's not evolving to being into anything worth talking about for a really long time or for a long period of time. This is not something that we want to give our energy to, although we are aware. You're in this King of Swords energy in the upright, okay? Clarify King of Swords. You bring the truth. You're balanced. You're very intelligent. You're very, very smart. Big divine masculine energy. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Two of Pentacles is balancing things out, making things right, making things fair. You see through these illusions. You know who these people are. But I feel like you're focused on your work with the Eight of Pentacles. These are people that are seemingly coming in to apologize for their bad behavior. Again, these are people that have reacted in a way that they don't know why they're this way. They're strangers. You don't know them. You know them indirectly. I feel like it's a combination of a few things. I feel like there's people from your past that are talking to other people who don't know you. And so they feel away and they feel as though they know you because of what this person has told them. Six of Cups, Knight of Cups. It's a friend. It's somebody that you know. But you also have people, again, 6 degrees of separation that you know indirectly that don't like you. They're wearing a mask. And then you got some other strangers. With the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands, you could absolutely be in the public eye. Somebody's watching you stand in your confidence. I could be channeling a psychic reader, certified. The Fool, you taking a leap of faith. You're being celebrated. You could be on a platform. It's growing very beautifully. Eight of Pentacles is like people watching you work and be in this confidence and have this victory. You got a lot of new people that do like you, though, with the Three of Cups and the Two of Cups. So these illusions are easy to see through. You know, you're psychic. Listen, spirit talks to you. You ain't looking at these people. These are people that you left behind. They're still talking. Okay. They're going to take the rest of their life still talking about you, watching you. Clarify Eight of Cups and Page of Cups. Yeah. You ain't got time. You out of here. You ain't got time. This is crazy because with the Nine of Swords in the reverse and the Eight of Cups, it's almost like people wanted you to be stuck on the past. Why did I feel that? Clarify, stuck on the past. Yeah, they wanted you to be stuck in the past. And that backfired. I feel like you moved on. Eight of Cups is easing on down the yellow brick road. You got the Tower in the reverse and the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is giving me like retrograde energy, Akashic Records energy. It's just like the things of the past that aren't real anymore. You see through those illusions. Yeah, these are people from your past that are still stuck there. They're still talking about the same thing. They ain't got nothing going on. Somebody talked you up until you just ended up in the sun's energy. Like the gossip has been absolutely something that you've molded and shaped into this beautiful energy. Whatever this is, they're talking. Okay, the gossip is being used for the greater good of whatever you got going on. Like it's like good publicity, bad publicity is all attention, and people are watching. Clarify these strangers that you don't know that are watching you. You could be in the public eye. Yeah, these are people that are mentally going through the dark night of the soul. They, a lot of them are in isolation, y'all. A lot of them suffer from PTSD. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Tower in the reverse, nine of swords and eight of swords. You trigger them. These are people that want to be friends with you, okay? But they have very severe mental issues. They're going through a very hard dark night of the soul, a lot of post-traumatic stress, a lot of anxiety. So yeah, you're not taking this personal. Clarify strangers coming up against you, eight of swords with the nine of swords. Yeah. You also got a king of wands out here, somebody from your past. I feel like this is the person that's the common denominator. They're reckless. King of wands in the reverse. This person is like self-inflicting themselves with these wounds, and then they turn around and blame it on everybody else. It's that kind of person, you know? Yeah, it's that kind of person. Temperance in the reverse. This person could suffer from some type of an addiction. It's big Sagittarius energy, okay? And you got the Emperor here too. Clarify the Emperor and a star. Somebody's watching you be a leader. You could be a masculine in the public eye as well, feminine or a masculine. Something about you being a leader, something about you being a leader of your own life, taking charge, you know? Yeah, you're having this victory. You're being celebrated. Star energy. You're definitely a psychic reader in the public eye, certified. Okay. Clarify these strangers. Yeah, they talk a lot about you. You got people that are always watching you, taking note, talking about you. You're not for everybody. Some people like you, some people don't. That is okay. You got the Three of Pentacles and you got the Page of Wands. Okay. So they're gathering information. Who are these strangers? I feel like a lot of them are going through the dark night of the soul. I feel like they're isolated. You got a dark ass coven here. Okay. You got the High Priestess in the reverse. You got a dark coven here watching you too. Let's get into it. Interesting. I'm just going to take that High Priestess card and the Three of Pentacles, and we're going to pick up the reading from there. So you got a coven out here watching you, a dark one. This is really the strangers that are trying to come up against you. It's not really these other people, these gang stalkers, or just random people who kind of have these, you know, they're having fits, y'all. You know, when the truth comes out, it's absolutely something that can cause a reaction. You understand? So when you got to give, you certified and you tapping into the truth, it's definitely going to trigger some shit. Those people I feel are innocent. They might say stuff in the public eye. They're healing. They're hurting. They need to talk about what happened to them. That's what I feel. Okay. Those people are different kind of strangers coming up against you. Those are people that you just kind of overlook. You're doing your work. You know what it is. You can read their souls. You can read their energy. But you have some people specifically wearing a mask that want to come in and try to do something to you. These are people that want to test your power. Okay. They want to test to see if you really got to give. And you've already been deemed to be a certified psychic reader, a medium. You have great ancestral spirituality by way of protection. So these people feel as though it is their right, their position to test you. They feel like they've put in time. These are these kind of witches. So these are the kind of witches that are like, oh, you're the new kid on the block type ass energy. So they want to initiate you. Is that what it is? They want to test your spirit. Yeah. They feel like they want to test your heart chakra. See if you're the real deal. Are you really certified? The High Priestess in the reverse. Group of nasty ass witches, possibly a couple of warlocks. So let's just see. Psychic reader certified, ancestral spirituality. Show us these witches behind the scenes that are coming up against the chosen ones. Nine of Cups. So they could have done some type of spell work, some type of wish fulfillment. Clarify, what is it that they're doing behind the scenes? Ooh, they wanted to block your connection to your ancestors. Are you crazy? I know you got to be local in your cabeza. Are you crazy? Somebody's wish fulfillment, a group of witches behind the scenes watching a psychic reader. Their wish fulfillment was to disconnect you from your gifts, disconnect you from your ancestral connection. Let's just see how that's going. Show me these weird ass witches behind the scenes. Doesn't look like that's going too well for them with the Six of Wands in the reverse. quite intentionally going wrong. That's what I just heard. Six of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, you bitches tried to come up against somebody who was very protected. Why? Y'all couldn't find nothing else to do? Clarify these witches behind the scenes, strangers coming up against you. These are people you don't even know in real life. So they're projecting, a lot of projections, okay? Possibly onto you, possibly onto your platform, mostly your gift. These people didn't want you to see something. Clarify these witches behind the scenes. Yeah, they didn't want you to see something. They're coming up as the moon in the reverse. These are witchy bitches, okay? They're in your face. Hey girl, hi girl. Or they could be guys. Whatever the case, the moon, they're fake, they're phony. You see right through them. And you just being about your work. They want you to know that they're there. Yeah, it's that kind of energy. It's giving what doesn't need to be explained is just kind of obvious type energy. They want you to know that they're there. Clarify these witch bitches behind the scenes. Yeah, they're like, hey, it's us. But they're sneaking around. They're slithering. They're kind of introducing themselves. Again, these are very indirect connections. They could be commenting on your content. They could be engaging with you, but they absolutely are watching you. They want you to know that they're there. They tested your spirit. Clarify psychic reader certified. And they fudged around and found out. That's what I just heard. Ancestral spirituality. Somebody went so far as to pay somebody. I know y'all lied. What you do? What you do? What you do? Queen of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. Clarify. Did some of these witches pay somebody to do spell work over a psychic reader to stop you from talking? They really want to block your intuition and stop you from moving forward. Okay, so there's jealousy there. Okay, there's competition. This could be people that do the same thing as you. I'm gonna keep it real. This could be like a dark reader, other dark readers. It's a group of them. Somebody paid somebody, Six of Pentacles, to do something. Queen of Swords, you speak the truth. You got the Ace of Swords, you see the truth. Their goal was to block your intuition. That was the goal. To block your intuition, create some type of an illusion, to stop you from moving forward with the Knight of Wands. And somebody did this impulsively without knowing who you were. Like they didn't even do divination. Somebody rushed to judgment by way of their own jealous nature. That's what I just heard. Clarify these people. Strangers coming up. Yeah, I can't make it up. They wanted to take you down. Look, you're coming up as the Empress with the Ten of Swords. To unalive an Empress, this would have done them some type of satisfaction in a very sick and twisted and insidious way. These are heathens. They're bums. They're roaches. They're rats. They're just no good. Ten of Swords energy. These are people you don't even know. You're in this Empress energy though. So I feel like you reign supreme. This is the type of energy where you're not walking around needing people to know that you're reigning supreme. The universe is speaking for you. When you put your head down and work like I do, understand that everybody ain't gonna like you. You kept your feelings out the way. You stayed to your work. Now you're in this Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles energy. Clarify this Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. This is about your stability and you speaking the truth. These people are really upset that you are carrying this high honor energy. It's almost like saying, who the hell do you think you are? Why are you here? What are you doing? So these are people that feel like if they don't approve or authorize for you to be in your position, a part of the spiritual community or whatever you're doing, that shit ain't gonna fly. They feel as though they hold some level of power or position or leverage, if you will, over certain people. These are the people that come to test your spirit. Show us these wicked ass witches behind the scenes. It's your stability too. For some of you, you do this for work. Okay. Now they want to come in and be friends because the shit backfired. Okay. This is not the way I introduce myself to people. Okay. You don't meet me in the spirit first and then in the 3D, you like, hey, how you doing? After you tried to unalive me, bitch, if you don't get away from here with your little Page of Pentacles, breadcrumb ass, raggedy ass, now they're sad. Why? Because this shit got exposed with the sun in the reverse. They tried to cover this up. Big eclipse energy. Somebody could have did some magic around that last eclipse to a psychic reader. They could have, rallied themselves together. They could have got their money together. Clarify the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody's watching you be given to. Somebody's watching you stand up for yourself. Somebody's watching you protect yourself. This was an attack because they didn't want you to go to this next level with the world in the reverse. But they don't determine how and what you receive. You are the Empress. You are naturally walking, breathing karma, and you get exactly what you deserve. You are the King of Swords. You have that position for a reason because you've earned it. You worked for it. You went through your cycles. And to think that they want this weird ass cycle to stay open so that they can attack you is absolutely far reaching. It's far fetching. It's not smart. Queen of Wands, this is about your confidence as well. Your money, your stability, your confidence. And you're balanced in your masculine, feminine energy. I could be talking to a masculine or a feminine. Yeah, look, the hangman. You know what's so interesting is I'm talking to whoever you are as a psychic reader. You're somebody that sees something from a different perspective. And this is really where you gain your truth and clarity. This is really where you learn how to move when it comes to weird ass energies like this. Because these are strangers. What would compel them? You guys are strangers because somebody knows that you have a bright destiny. So somebody could have done a tad bit of digging. They could have done a reading on you. Yeah, this pissed somebody off. Somebody was like, I'll show you. You'll never know it's me. Nobody even knows who you are, sir, ma'am. You're a stranger. Is that not odd behavior that you're attacking somebody who you don't know? You know them indirectly, right? But you don't really know them. It's your fortune. It's something about your confidence. Okay. So somebody should have gone to a self-esteem class. Show me this coven behind the scenes. Instead of coming for you, now they sitting up looking wounded and paranoid. This shit was supposed to be fun. I feel like they've done this so many times before that they just didn't give thought to spiritual law. And they don't even know. They did not even know that you were this certified. Clarify these people. Give me current energy on these witches. Yeah. Page of Cups in the reverse. These are fake ass apologies. These are people that won't stop. They're strangers. They're obsessed with you. There's nothing else to say. Okay. It's your stability. It's your wheel of fortune. You could be making money online as a psychic reader, or maybe you're doing readings or something. Whatever you're doing, the universe is absolutely honoring your work. So it's only natural that you would be in the Six of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, that people would pay you for the value of your work. You are helping people. So masked, you got somebody out here concealing in this state of or energy of deception, but the mask are falling off. This could also be fake ass people coming to you to get readings as a certified psychic that were trying to attack you. Wearing a mask. Okay. Yeah, these are people that are on like this continuous bad cycle of just horrible decisions. They're addicted to this nasty lifestyle, stinking thinking, lifestyle, I meant to say. Holy Spirit, what else we need to see here? What else do we need to see here? Yeah, Two of Cups. Okay. You got some good people, though, that really admire your work. You're making good friendships. You could be talking to other readers. You could be connecting with other high vibrational people. Yeah, that do the same thing as you. This is like equal admiration. Okay. And then you got the breadcrumbers with the Page of Cups in the reverse and the Page of Pentacles. These are insincere offers. These are people that are not real. They're very mean people. It's a tower. The mask have fallen off. These people got the nerve to have an attitude. It's like you have an attitude. You got an attitude. Somebody got an attitude because they got exposed. Because you weren't falling for it. Because you're coming out as certified. You mad? Are you upset? Are you sad? Are you upset? Are you mad, bitch? Do you need a hug? You act like nobody showed you love. Get out your feelings, ho. Y'all hoes need to get out y'all feelings. Somebody is mad because you're coming up as this Hierophant. I just heard Mr. Big Stuff. Who do you think you are? That's how they see you. Mr. Big Stuff, who do you think you are? Yeah. Something that you refuse to walk away from. Eight of Cups in the reverse. No, this is your spot. This is your time. So you got the Eight of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, these people are watching you hold your ground, stand your ground, and sit in your seat. You're standing in your power. So somebody wanted to move you out of the way. Clarify these people, these witches behind the scenes, strangers. Show us the strangers. They're embarrassed because they keep watching and they're all unstable now. You know what's so crazy is when they do these dirty things in secret and private and they think that you don't know, they suffer in silence too, because how can they say anything out loud? You were never supposed to figure out what they were doing, but they're in the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Five of Cups, really sad and depressed ass energy. trying to penetrate your energy, and you're getting some type of justice. I can't make this up. With the Two of Wands, the show must go on. You ain't got time for whatever these people got going on. These are strangers. Clarify strangers. Yeah, you saying I could have done without that. Four of Swords. You got a lot of people that are isolated. If you're online, TikTok, Instagram, wherever you're doing readings, YouTube, you got a lot of people that are isolated that listen to you in private. A lot of these dark witches, I don't know what their like obsession is, or I don't know. This is like a hobby of some sort. Four of Swords. These people are isolated. Okay. Clarify the strangers coming up against you. High Priestess in the reverse to block your intuition. These are people that you know indirectly. These are people that you're communicating with. You could be going live and you're talking to these people. These are people that are interacting with you. Okay. People that appear to be watching you take a leap of faith, and they appear to be supporters. Okay. Strangers coming up against you. Clarify. Yeah. They come in with the Knight of Cups energy, but really they're the Page of Cups in the reverse. Okay. You're very much aware of that. I feel like because people know that you're psychic, they do things in the spirit to see if you're going to figure it out. Yeah. They wanted to block your intuition. Queen of Cups in the reverse. This is about blocking your intuition. I also feel like even with the High Priestess like this in the reverse, this was absolutely to block your intuition. It's almost like somebody mocking your gift. That's the energy that I get. Like, you're not certified. You're not a spiritual psychic. Yeah, let me see. And they threw some shit at you that they couldn't afford to give back. They couldn't afford to give out. Now they're coming in with this breadcrumb because they're still around. They're very obsessed. Yeah, look, they did black magic. Weirdos. You don't know somebody. You ain't never met them a day in your life. You have only encountered them in the public eye, and you at your altar doing black magic. Does it sound crazy when I say it out loud like that? I know it does. I feel like they cringe. This is cringe-worthy ass energy. Strangers, like, I don't even know you. I don't even know you. Knight of Pentacles in the read. Like, who are you? That's the energy that is given. But somebody effed around and found out. Somebody thought you was by yourself. You're definitely coming up as single and self-sufficient. But what they failed to see and or what they chose to overlook was your ancestral roots, your ancestral protection. You're not even from this world, honey. This little earthling experience or whatever they doing by way of earth magic, you're not even from this world. You done left this whole world behind, honey. You are not of this world. Five of Pentacles. Whatever this world represents, you don't see it the way other people see it. You are definitely some form of an alien supernatural being. As I'm talking to somebody. High vibrational. Listen, whoever you are, keep going. And I know you don't need me to tell you that, but I'm so very proud of you. Who am I talking to? Chime in down below. These people threw magic at you. You don't even know these people. Who does that? Who does that? That is so odd. You just see somebody, you're like, oh, I'm going to do magic on you. What is your name, ma'am? What is your name, sir? How do I know you? This is how you know that a lot of these people are being controlled by parasites that are morphing their vision and tarnishing their view and, making their view murky because they're doing shit they don't even know why they're doing it. And they're losing. Somebody played around with some old, magic 101, and you came up against an expert. Somebody's in like the beginner's class, you came up against an expert. That's crazy. These are strangers. I just heard with strangers like that, who the hell needs enemies? You're coming up as somebody not to be played with. Big temperance energy. A lot of them could really be sitting back saying that you are a real angel, like literally. They're talking about you. A lot of conversation. They're like, how? How did they do that? What's going on? You could be a masculine psychic. You could be a feminine psychic. But they're definitely talking about you, that you're not from here. That's what I just heard. Look, somebody's trying to figure out where you're from. Wouldn't you like to know? Wouldn't you like to know where we're from? know, like to know. Somebody trying to figure out where you from. Literally, they're talking about you. Like literally, the conversations are this person is not human. They have to be something else. That's what they're saying. Who are they talking to? They're practitioners. What's going on? Yeah, listen. This person's like, they not from here. Five of Pentacles. Where are you from? How do you know that we know that you know? What is this power that you have? What is this? They can't even fathom it. Somebody didn't do their homework. Somebody didn't do proper due diligence. They did not check into your energy properly. You got a King of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody wanted to dominate your platform, your money, your gift, something like that. Very unstable. Clarify. They're talking. Somebody is saying, who are you? What is this? You got the Eight of Swords and the Lovers. What's the Eight of Swords and the Lovers, Holy Spirit, for these strangers? What's going on? The Ace of Wands, something about you being an inspiration, a teacher, an alchemist. King of Swords in the reverse. And you got an arch nemesis out here. Somebody hates to love you, loves to hate you. Could be a Gemini, a karmic Gemini. Clarify this lover. What's going on with this person? Yeah, Spirit says the truth because you know the truth. So this person's intimidated by you. King of Pentacles in the reverse, King of Swords in the reverse. Somebody's birthday is in May. Somebody's birthday could be the end of May. Somebody's a May Gemini, karmic. It's a karmic masculine. This could be somebody from your past psychic reader, ancestral protected person with your ancestral spirituality. Yeah, there's somebody from your past that tried to bind you, stop you, block you. This person is jealous of your gifts. And you see the truth. This is a whole warlock. This is a nasty ass bastard. So this person could have other people that are coming up against you that you don't know. Again, big 6 degrees of separation. You know these people indirectly. Yeah, 5 of Cups. Now this person is sad. I feel like when people do dirty things behind the scenes, very heinous acts, and then it gets exposed, they go into like this deep depression, like nobody was ever supposed to know. They're skeletons, type shit. These are people that are embarrassed, because they had an ample amount of opportunities to do something different, to do something other than what they did. King of Swords in the reverse is like somebody very reckless with their mouth, controlling, very self-absorbed, a lot of mind games ass energy. King of Pentacles in the reverse is somebody who's very materialistic, but lacks financial responsibility. This person could be in the 5 of Pentacles, okay? The 8 of Swords, they're in a self-imposed imprisonment. This is a narcissist for sure. Somebody that is very disconnected. Somebody that doesn't think about what they do. They're very impulsive, and they don't stop. Like, they just ignore all the red flags. Type ass energy. Yeah. 3 of Wands in the reverse. This person is blocked. They can't move forward. They could have lost their gifts. Clarify this person. Yeah, they could have lost their gifts. They definitely lost this little spiritual battle, whatever they were waging. They lost it. It all returned to sender. Clarify the 5 of Wands in the reverse. What happened? This person, something about your confidence. So this is a whole nother timeline energy. Whatever this is, you got some strangers coming up against you. Those witches, those bitches are sitting back. Now they want to be friends, okay? But they keep you on their altar. They're still trying. Just so you know, Page of Cups in the reverse. But I feel like I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. I feel like I'm just here with shits and giggles for you. Because you're psychic. You already know. Here's your shits and giggles. Yeah, you already know. You like, girl, I already know. 6 of Cups. People from the past. Okay? Yeah. It's over. It's your time, though. You earned your spot. You went through it. You walked through fire. You walked on eggshells. You did everything you need to do. You're in this magician, hierophant energy. People don't want to fool with this. I'm going to keep it real. They don't want to fool with this. Please leave these. Whoever these people are, you need to sit back. I could tell you to leave these earth angels alone, but guess what? It don't even matter at this point. This is such high vibrational energy. There's nothing that you could do to stop it. Not nothing. Not nothing that you say. Nothing. This is ridiculous energy. 5 of Wands in the reverse. Like silent battles behind the scenes that you don't even know these people. They're losing. Like you can't even feel a way about these people because you don't know them, but they're losing behind the scenes and they're going through depression because in their mind, you were this enemy. In their mind, They needed to test you in their mind. They needed to prove that you weren't psychic and certified. So they did everything to block your intuition. And you ended up ascending to even a higher level by way of consciousness with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Make it make sense. Clarify, Holy Spirit. You ascended even more, and you're coming out as a King of Cups energy, psychic energy, caring, loving, kind, balanced. Queen of Wands in the upright, Temperance in the upright, Sagittarius energy, the Magician, Gemini energy. You were in Mercury retrograde, creating some really good straight A's. Like, seriously, you just whipping through these cycles. You like, hoo, 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 hoo. You clearing out your cycles. These people are fake. They're phony. Okay. They're still going to follow you. They're still going to fake support you. All right. They're sent by the devil. I don't know. They ain't got nothing else to do. They ain't got nothing else to do. So this is what they doing with their time. But you're in this Queen of Pentacles energy. I feel like I'm talking to somebody that is finally starting to reap the benefits of their labor. Like, if you're a psychic reader, you're finally at your, like, I just heard you on the top of your game. You're on the top of your game. Yeah, you are. You're finally starting to make money, probably from being stuck, trying to decide what you wanted to do in life and just really paying it forward with the Hangman. But you see things differently now. The universe puts you in a position of gratitude. That's what I feel. You get your download. Something about your inner child being well. Page of Wands. Page of Wands is also somebody who is offering good advice. Your psychic readings are not just readings. So if you're doing private readings, which I feel that you are, it's not just, oh, you're just doing a reading. You're really giving people good advice, right? But it's not a naive, energy. It's not like, hey, you're not going to keep coming back and draining my good psychic energy either. Yeah. These people wanted you to walk away from something that you do for work. The Eight of Pentacles wanted to come up in the reverse. So they could have done some type of hexing spell, something to block your intuition. What is the deal? Show us this King of Pentacles in the reverse, this King of Swords in the reverse. Who is this person? Because they know you see something that they did. Somebody's holding on to something. Somebody's got secrets and they're being exposed. Okay. You got the Hermit in the reverse and you got the Four of Pentacles. Somebody's got secrets. This shit is getting exposed. Yeah, these hoes is getting exposed, man. Four of Pentacles, something that they're holding on to that you see because you're psychic. So them wanting to block your intuition was for their own selfish reasons, as if your psychic abilities are always focused on what the hell they're doing. This is one human being, whoever this person is, outside of these other strangers in this group or coven or whatever this is, that's attempting to come up against you. Attempting is the key word. They attempted, they jumped up, they got beat down. These are some sucker MCs, man. There's some sucker MCs. You the Three of Cups, you're celebrating, having a good time. I love this for you. This is beautiful. It's radiant. You're in the Ten of Cups with your soul tribe family. I love this. So what seems to be the problem? Why is this in spiritual court? You're coming up as a healer. Okay. So whatever little bit of magic that they sent you, you took that shit and put it in your pocket. Thank you. Thank you. They're behind the scenes. These are coward wizards and warlocks. They behind the scenes hiding and shit in dark rooms. Are you crazy? Do your magic out in the open. That's why you're not getting your wishes fulfilled. Do your magic out in the open. This is how you know that what you're doing is wrong, because you hiding and shit, cloaking. You got a hoodie on and you in a room with no lights on. Who you hiding from? Yourself? You can't hide from yourself. Everywhere you go, there you are. Who you hiding from? In a room doing magic over somebody you don't even know. And they only know you indirectly, but you show up to see them do readings and you like, hey, you got to know that you're sick. You got to know that you're unwell. You have to know that you're on this spin cycle of continuous bad decisions and addictions. You've got to see yourself. There's no way you could not see that you are the problem. Somebody doesn't even know you. And not only that, they alchemized your energy. They never needed to know where it was coming from. Somebody knows how to take down their known and unknown enemies. They never needed to know who you were. You dealing with an alien, honey. They look like they're human. They're not even from this planet, fool. Your little kitchen ass magic and graveyard blunts. You over there smoking graveyard blunts. Roll up. You smoking graveyard blunts? A roll up? Mm. You smoking graveyard blunts? Somebody over there smoking on that graveyard dirt. Looking crazy, child. That's a whole nother breed. And look, and then they get online. They like, bitch, I can't stand you. I know you're doing it. No, bitch, you're going through a state of mother freaking self-induced, demonic, diabolical, like devilish psychosis. It is self-inflicted. You are literally doing this to yourself. This person, this certified psychic reader don't even know you, honey. But they know you. You understand what I'm saying? Like they don't know you like that. The tower's in the reverse. So if you want to know, if somebody knows that they know you wanted to feel important behind the scenes as you're in this isolation and in this cage and going crazy. Yes, they know it's you. Yes, they know, honey. Okay. So now that we know, but one thing is for sure. And two things is for certain. Somebody is absolutely the Hierophant and they are not from this world. So the way you see things, that ain't got nothing to do with them and their universe. Nothing to do with them. They're always somewhere else, honey. They're communing, convening with higher vibrational beings, fairies, spirit guides, aliens. Hanging out with Archangel Michael all day, having conversations. Archangel Raphael, the ascended masters, the apostles, the prophets. Somebody's having higher conversations at a higher level. So whoever these people are, this has absolutely been a waste of time with what appears to be an inability to validate your existence while in the world. This is something that somebody needs to get out of this cycle of. I don't think they know how to, but whoever this King of Swords in the reverse and the King of Pentacles, that's a very specific person. Yeah, this person was more afraid of you exposing their secrets. That was really their motivation. It's a warlock, okay? And they're jealous of your gifts. They could even try to take your gifts. Now they're sitting up looking crazy. They're in spiritual purgatory. Eight of Swords. They could have lost all their money. This is how these hexes backfiring are showing up. You got the Page of Pentacles. We don't want this little breadcrumb, honey. Whatever this is, clarify, Holy Spirit. Yeah, it's ingenuine. We know that it's ingenuine with the Page of Cups in the reverse and the Page of Pentacles. It's a breadcrumb ass energy. Clarify current energy on these weird ass witches. I feel like somebody is trying to come in and they're paranoid. They're guarded. They're scared. Look at them, 9 of Wands, because you're coming up as the Ace of Cups. Somebody is still not like convinced of who you are, and that's okay. They don't need to convince themselves of who you are. They need to just make sure that they pay attention to this bad news that's about to backfire for them being about some bullshit. This is what they really need to be concerned about. They don't even need to try to prove who you are. These are people that they don't need to try to tarnish your image. I don't recommend it, although they might still try. They don't need to do that. They should be doing something else. They got the Tower in the reverse and the Page of Swords in the reverse. And yeah, this is like total, complete, like disconnection from these weird ass people. Like I can do without this energy ass energy. This is not my energy ass energy. Type that in the comments. It's like this kind of person. Yeah, I could do without this energy type ass energy. Yeah. The collective is moving forward. So this is the message. I love y'all. This is just a really quick little, energy check. I actually laid down, y'all, for what was supposed to be 30 minutes after I went on my hike. Child, I came down off that hill. And I woke up and it was nighttime. And I'm like, oh my God, I guess my body really needed some rest. And then I went outside and it was kind of like that tropical hurricane feeling, but the hurricane ain't made it yet. Like it's warm, feels like it wants to rain, but it's warm outside and sticky type energy, right? So I said, okay, I guess my body needed some rest. And then my friend called me and woke me up and he was cracking me up. He's like, I guess you needed rest. I was like, I was supposed to lay down for 30 minutes. So y'all are catching me fresh, like out of waking up. Y'all are catching me fresh up out of my waking up stage. Okay. I came right over here. I said, let me get up. Let me give me some water. Freshen up just a little bit. Get myself together. And let me do this reading. But when I sleep that deep, I know that the collective is transmuting something. It feels so good when you sleep like that, when it's just deep sleep. Like I know I had a dream, but I'm not concerned about reliving it or recanting it. because I just, whatever it was, okay, it was that type of sleep, right? I was more focused on the rest. So y'all getting me fresh up out of that like sleep state. So I got a lot of energy. Went outside and saw the moon and it looked so good. And I just had a quick conversation with the moon and we talked and we said, okay, let's go do a reading. So listen, I love y'all. Just a little backstory about how I got here today. For those of you that give a damn, for those of you that don't, just leave it, okay? For somebody else to apply or maybe just random fact, okay? Whatever. I love y'all, okay? If this resonated, give it a thumbs up. If it didn't, give it a thumbs down. If you feel like you're somewhere in between and you're like, I don't know yet, that's okay. I support you in the energy. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for the donation. Somebody gave me a nice donation the other day. I would say her name, but I think she likes to go like anonymous, right? But I appreciate that. I want you to know that I am very, very grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I will see y'all in the next video. If y'all have not joined the memberships, I don't know what you're waiting for, but you know what you're waiting for. And I hope it comes. Okay. So that you can join the memberships at some point. Whatever you're waiting on, I hope you get it. So you can come on over to the memberships. It's lit over there. Okay. The readings are not for the weak. Okay, they're uncensored, so I can kind of go a little bit deeper, diving on into these psychic readings. And it gets quite interesting. It's never a dull moment based on true events for entertainment purposes. I love y'all, though. Drop a heart, show some love, okay? And I'll see you in the next video. Until then, peace be with you.